I was diagnosed with a really aggressive form of thyroid cancer. I think the best way to fight a cancer diagnosis is to really live your life despite it. You just have to make a decision that you're not going to let it slow you down. So, fuck it. Here's to staying alive. You should always have a knife on you. In case you survive. I'm awake. Holy shit, I'm awake. It's good. And now to try not to drink so much of it, I'll give myself a heart attack. You know, after taking a couple sips and then just kind of like just going about like what I'm clicking on, I can, it's like you can feel the caffeine pumping in your bloodstream.
High off of caffeine.
Like 1 cup does a job of 4, so don't drink a whole pot.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. I'm almost done with this one and I'm getting another cup.
No! Oh!
Typical day. I drink this just like already like the 7 o'clock. Yeah, drink lots of water. Getting ready to go see my the doctor I don't like. We don't necessarily get along. We disagree on my treatment. She kind of takes it. She just doesn't listen to anything that you tell her. You know, if there's pain here, she nods. And you know, there's been a lot of resistance and interference with this doctor, and a lot of like suspicious things that I've picked up on camera and inconsistencies in the things that she's done. So I already know what my test results are. I saw them last night. There's a 2.5 centimeter tumor over here that's probably going to need to come out. But the frustrating part about all of this is she's going to say, let's get a biopsy. Let's send you to another surgeon. So, like, even though this thing's been growing there, now here becomes the process of, okay, now we found it, so now we have to test it further. Now we have to refer you to another doctor that's got, like, an ENT that's going to, like, dig my neck back open and take it out. And all those things, they're going to take another 2 months. So in the meanwhile, there's this tumor that's already growing to this point. It's already big enough to the point where it's suspicious it has to come out. And then we're just going to sit on it for another 2 months while we just kick me back and forth between different doctors to get it tested further. Let's just skip all that. Take it the fuck out and let me go on with my life. Radiation's a good idea. Like this doctor's every solution that she comes up with, every time something comes up on like a lab or something like that, her first like solution is to nuke me. I've already had so much radiation that I can't continue to keep taking that. I've already had pretty much all I can have. Because, like, this isn't like a typical cancer. It's not chemotherapy where you can just keep repeating it. Like, you know, once you have a certain amount, it's not safe to keep continuing to take that dosage. And most doctors, since thyroid cancer is typically pretty curable the first time out, they just give you a massive dose that they think is going to zap all the tissue, and then you'll be good and never have to deal with it. But what they don't think ahead of is, oh, this might come back, and then I can't give them any more. Typical dosage for radiation in this type of cancer, it's measured in something called millicures. And the typical dosage is between 1 to 200 millicures. 800 will give you bladder cancer and other types of cancers, you know, because you have to drink it. So it can give you like esophageal cancer. Did I say that right? It can give you stomach cancer, bladder cancer, those types of things because you have to ingest it. And basically anything it touches becomes susceptible to further disease. 1,000 millicures will kill you. I had 680. That was my very first dosage at the very first time of diagnosis after the first couple procedures that I had to remove all the tumors. So basically, it's not safe for me to take it again because I only have a window before you can actually give me more cancer. So nuclear medicine is not necessarily the best way to treat this. Does smoking weed help? Yes, most certainly. Does it cure it? It's debatable. Cannabis oil, that's definitely something that kills cancer cells, but the problem with that is it targets certain types of cancer cells. So, you know, it's like a gray area. So you either take the risk of getting this or you do what I've done, which is opted for just cut it out. You know, I'm cut, you know, I've been cut ear to ear so many fucking times, it doesn't matter at this point. But now because I've had so much repeated neck trauma, the discs in my neck are degenerating and I had to have all this stuff bolted back together because my bones are starting to fall apart. I've also been diagnosed with a secondary disease called syringomyelia, which is pretty rare. I think it affects 8 in every like 250,000 people. Basically what it is a cyst will form in the spinal cord. And the problem with that is over time that cyst can elongate, and what it does is it destroys the nerve fibers. So mine is back here. So, yeah. This doctor found this lump, or this syrinx, it's called a syrinx, it's a cyst in my spinal cord. My orthopedic surgeon found it, referred the pathology to my oncologist, which I'm about to go see, and that was supposed to be for her to refer me to a neurologist to get this further tested. It's not been monitored. They've kind of just swept it under the rug, and this is where we don't get along. I threatened to sue this doctor, and after trying to change to another doctor's office, this office specifically would not release my medical records. They kept saying I didn't sign the release forms to transfer my records over, even though I signed it at the new physician's office, which was faxed several times. So they had to keep sending me back to this office to sign the releases. So hence where the cameras really started coming out, and now I'm banned from using the cameras in that office because I brought it in there and just turned the camera on myself and filmed every single time I went in there. I was like, this is now the 5th time that I've signed these medical releases that they claim that they don't have. Like, okay, it may have gone missing and got misplaced once, maybe twice. 5 times? 6 times? I don't think so. Either way, I'm kind of stuck seeing this doctor. The last visit that I had, she canceled without notice. Like, I got there and nobody called me to let me know that she wasn't in the office that day. So we'll see what she has to say. I already know how big this lump is, and I already know what needs to be done because I'm just as educated as she is at this point, going through so many procedures. So we will see where this goes. It's probably not going to go well. So disclaimer, not everybody signed a video release for permission for me to use their image or audio, and I don't give a f***. You can sue me. Red arm! Like, no! I don't want to go! Everybody acts so suspicious and creepy and awkward when I come in here.
I totally fucking warned everybody in this fucking office about you.
What do you need warned about? That I come in here with a camera and record what goes on with my treatment? How is that? Why do you need warned? After the last time when I threatened to sue her, she went and documented it in my file, saying that I was argumentative and threatening. Yeah, I threatened to sue you. The whole office gets quiet when I walk in.
It's there, but we cannot find it. And we go doing surgeries and we go looking for it and doing labs and we can't find it. And it's not worth it, you know, to go ahead and give you another huge dose because you've already had a high dose of radiation.
Yeah.
The other thing is that in the lymph nodes, radiation is not always very, very effective.
Yeah.
So we have to question the risk versus the benefit.
As much as it sucks, like going through the hassle of having surgical procedures, I never had a problem bouncing back from that. It was when they were like, okay, we're going to give you surgery and we're going to dose you with this, and then we're going to give you these kinds of things. It's like, just let me go. I don't need painkillers. I can get through this on my own. I'm going to get stuck because last time they sent me for the lab works, the lab didn't do the necessary, well, half the test that they were supposed to do, so I gotta go repeat this. Every repetitive procedure that I need to take anything out of my neck further can aggravate a secondary condition that I have, as I explained earlier. So this kind of just puts me in a really bad situation. No matter what, you know, if we take it out, it's dangerous. If we nuke it, it's really dangerous. If we leave it there, it's really dangerous. So, you know, we're going to have a what'd you say, CT scan? Yeah. So we'll just have a CT, and then she asked me how I wanted to proceed. I pretty much told her I'd rather just cut it out. It's going to be 3 weeks till I see this doctor again to get the results from these things and have the CT scan. So 3 weeks, we could just go see the surgeon tomorrow, have him scan it, do his thing, however he's got to do, prepare for having it removed. You know, I could have this surgery done, be recovered, not have to miss work. This is the whole reason I became a photographer, because I'm at the doctor's all the time. So I need to be able to work my own goddamn schedule. I had a shitty day at the doctor, and I got home and I don't know what this is, but I got a package from Black Craft Cult, so I'm like super stoked. Try to do this. Oh, what is this? What is this? Oh my god! Who's responsible for this? Oh my god!
My
new wardrobe. It's perfect.
It actually looks like that's gonna fit really good.
Oh, this is perfect for me. When there's another one. There's two of them.
Did you order them?
No, I did not. I did not know these were coming. You know, I was like, I would rather, if you're gonna poke me for biopsies and stuff anyway, it's almost the same as a surgical procedure on how you guys have to test everything. So just cut it out. 2.5 centimeters, so that's...
Cut it open. If it's growing, cut it out. It's gonna just keep growing. You know what I mean? But every time they do the test and they take the time to test it, it's gonna grow.
Well, they're just gonna take the time because they want more money. It's like 1.5 inches.
It's about that big. So that's a lot bigger than what I'm feeling. So it's in the tissue. Because I guess when I'm turning now, you can start to see it poking out over here.
Turn your head. Yeah, a little bit.
Alright, so... Okay, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was. I'm thinking 2.5 centimeters is this big. It's small.
Then do you have the authority to tell them to just cut it out?
That's a f***ing inch big, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, radiation was a suggestion, but she was like, you've had a high dosage. I was like, I don't want to take radiation again. Just cut me open. I can recover quickly from stitches, and I need you to do this. I need you to do it now. I was like, I don't want to be recovering over the summer. I was like, I'm pending on a Nashville and a Texas trip for work. If I need to do this now. A challenge. It's like going on 3 a.m. and I gotta go shoot. Waiting for Uber. I'm a photographer. I'm going to Hershey Medical to film a childbirth, and she just went into labor. So. 4 in the morning. I have no idea where I'm going. Hey, boo. It's official? You look fucking miserable.
I am fucking miserable. I don't recommend this for anybody. I think my worst enemies. Okay, go for it. Yes? My ass feels better.
I think you should stop her. I'm gonna fold you in half. Did you pick out a name yet?
Ow! Why does that hurt so bad?
This is intense. I just got home to where I was passing out in the Uber every 5 minutes. I still have to go get blood work done. I'm not in the mood. I'm gonna try to squeeze in a nap. You too can keep an active lifestyle. Trust me, I do it. I feel like shit. But, got to see a new person. I got home at 10 a.m. this morning because I had to film a client give birth to a tiny human. And I've had about an hour's worth of sleep. And I have a music video to finish. But before that, let me go get stuck with a bunch of f***ing needles for the 9 millionth time this month. So I just want to sleep. Being in the room while somebody's like giving birth was an experience, you know? That was hilarious. Especially when you like dealing with somebody that's just kind of like me, like it was just epic. My dad was laughing, Shannon was cursing, and like I think the girl's name's Renee. She was like emotional, like, oh my god, her child's being birthed in the world. And Shannon's like, get it the fuck out.
Must be nice being flawless. Who needs help when you got it all locked away? Just don't let down your guard, no. Oh. On my way off the rails, don't pretend like I'm perfect too. How's it feel being you? Oh. 10 times I said, with me as inside my mind. All the fears get magnified. In my photos only natural.
Hey now, you're an all-star. You're a rock star. Oh, God, I need to go to sleep.
Yeah, good job.
Stayed in the hospital all night. Watched baby being born. Shot some photos of that. Came home. Tried to nap for an hour. Got my labs done. Now I'm back trying to finish some music video editing. It's not going very well. I'm waiting for the coffee to kick in. Go back in and have a PET scan. And then in 2 weeks after that, we see the ENT to figure out about removing this thing. And I can't think straight. I'm exhausted right now. I'll explain later.